Hi, welcome to Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, and I'm Heather. Today, I'm doing a collaboration with Gail's Southern Living, and what we're doing is an old ways homesteady type crafts or recipes, and so that way we can share and inspire others to share what they've done from their childhood or with their grandparents, or heard stories of crafts and recipes, and kind of get back to the old time ways. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome. You can dress up for the fun of it, why not? What we're doing is we're hashtagging it Homestead Crafts and Recipes. So if you want to join in, just hashtag Homestead Crafts and Recipes, and we'll make sure to add your video to a playlist so that others can enjoy learning and sharing what you know. All right, so what I'm doing today is kind of two things. So I've got an old kettle that I'm putting on my pretend wood stove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to my tea kettle. And I went out and I pumped this water and I hauled it all the way back from the pump. That's what they would have done in the old days. So I'm going to fill my tea kettle up with some water, and I'm going to heat it up all day long. So back in the old days, when it was fall or winter, someone in the house may have done this, and they would heat the water up on the wood stove early in the morning with some good stuff, so that way when you we're coming in from the outside chores in the fall, whoever in the family, in the fall or the winter, they would come in and they'd be able to have some warm, healthy tea that would help keep their immune system a little bit stronger. Also, it does a second purpose of making the home smell nice and good. And so what I'm going to do is I have a jar of mullein. And mullein's good for clearing out your lungs. Make sure you do your research if you try this recipe to make sure that you can have it. I'm not gonna put a whole lot, but I'm gonna put a leaf right into my kettle, teapot, whatever you wanna call it. Back in the old days, people used to have to preserve their stuff without a refrigerator. So they would dry things out in the sun or dry things out near the wood stove so things would dry. I've got some raspberry leaves that are beneficial to put into my water. I'm going to add some dried apples, and that'll make the house smell really good. So we're gonna put some dried apples in this tea kettle as well. And then I've got, if you can, back in the old days, if you could get oranges or lemons, if they grew in your area, or if you could trade somehow in passing lemons or limes or any kind of citrus, and they would want to preserve it the best they could. So they would dry it again out in the sun or near the wood stove. So I'm going to put a couple of dried lemons in the water. Now I have some fresh ginger, and I grated some up already. So I'm gonna put some fresh ginger into the tea kettle. And then we've got a cinnamon stick. We're gonna add that into our tea kettle.
And I love those.
And then we had some elderberry bushes, and we dried elderberry out, so we're gonna add that into our tea kettle. That's it. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna simmer that on the wood stove. Anyways, on a low temperature all day long, and whoever comes in and out from doing work outside, chores or whatnot, or just, they're cold, can have some tea that'll help their immune system a little bit, hopefully. Also, it makes the house smell so good. So that's that's what I've done today to share with you. There's all kinds of things that you can dry out. You can also use fresh if you have fresh available to you. But like I said again, back in the old days, they had to preserve things the best that they could so that a lot of things were dried out. So I'm reconstituting or rehydrating these items that I've put into the tea kettle, and it'll just simmer and the smells will go in the air, and whoever wants some warm tea, they can. You can strain it out in a little strainer or like a cheesecloth or a thin fabric of sorts so you don't get any bits in there, or if you don't mind the bits, I mean, it's all edible. So there you go. All right, so with this hashtag homestead crafts and recipes, I am challenging Art of Creation Homestead, Bam It with Arthur Butler, Canadian Family Life, and Katahdin, I hope I said that right, Katahdin Mountain Mama Homestead. I would love to see you guys do homestead crafts and recipes, either a craft or a recipe. Make sure you put the hashtag homestead crafts with the letter N recipes, and we'll get you in a playlist and join in, help share all the old ways. And I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that was something fun for you to see. Oh, I'll hold that up for you to kind of, it's not hot yet, so see all the goodness that's in there. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's videos. If you don't make videos, please comment below some recipes that you remember doing as a kid, or grandma, great-grandma, something that you'd like to share that's a good memory and a good trick of getting back to the old ways. So thank you so much for joining me. Check out Gail's Southern Living. I also have a, what is it called? A play tab thingy that is hashtag homestead crafts and recipes. So you can check that out, and I will, when I find these videos, I'll put those all into that playlist. That's the word. Anyways, have a great day. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It's very easy. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me.